o'clock.
Okay.
This meeting is called to order. Certification of compliance with the open meeting law. Check the law, please. Roll call.
Call.
Here.
Ratzit. Here. Natrip.
Here.
Approve the minutes from the March 13, 2023 town board meeting.
Move to approve.
Second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the minutes of March 13, 2023 meeting. Any discussion? All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? No. Motion's carried. Approve bills.
All right, so we did have one final, and hopefully you all have that little short one. Are you missing that one?
I think you're missing that. I don't have that.
We had one final check that came out of the tax account to the general fund, part of the settlements from the county, which was $115,000. Then the general fund, We Energies was $276.22. Larry Taylor, who finished up pretty much all of the construction things here, was $2,920. Quadient for the stamp machine, quarterly rental was $79.09. Bright Speed for the internet was $117.66. We had a safety deposit charge from First Citizen State Bank for $42. We Energy for street lighting was $61.46. Northwest Services, altogether, I think we had 6 invoices that came in, was for $19,593.25. Jonas Office Supplies got us some things that I could use within the office and update the bathroom to be more disabled compliant, was $47.58. APG of Southern Wisconsin, which is the newspaper notice of referendum, was $84.67. Jefferson County Land Office, $6.50 for a mailing list of residents in the town of Palmyra. Johnson & Block Company for the 2022 audit was $3,750. Wisconsin Towns Association, the annual dues was $1,099.30. That's based on the town population. The Village of Palmyra for the second quarter of the fire and EMS was $55,154. Lynch and Associates, which helped with the grants for the road updates, hopefully we'll get one or two of those, was $3,159.86. Bender and Larson was $2,179.39. Lowry's salary, including the TV, the mount, and the cable, election expenses, rental of the community room, office supplies again to kind of rearrange the office in there, was $3,688.56. Call salary was $369.40. Brat's salary was $230.87. Natrip's salary was $230.87. And then we have people that I'm very grateful for, all of my election workers. Margaret Burlingham was $210. Leslie Ott was $202.50. Dawn Ingenthron was $72. Sandy Murphy was $150. Mark Montgomery was $96. Kristen Fleming was $84. Kay Demler was $72. And Susan Halzer was $75. And then roll call vote. Paul?
Aye.
Ratzit? Natrip?
Aye.
Public comment. David Orchard.
I just wanted to follow up on this discussion about the speed limit on Little Prairie Road. Is that set permanent then?
It will be after we do the ordinance tonight.
I'm a little concerned about that 15 miles an hour for the speed limit.
Yeah.
Because it's such a dry.
Oh, we explained it during the highway part.
We'll explain it during the highway part.
Okay, that's fine.
Okay, we'll
That's
take
what
care
I
of
was
it.
asking.
Okay, no, That's fine, thank you. Jim Stryker?
Yep, that's me, same thing.
Same
Actually, the 35-mile-an-hour speed limit, we've all come, we live there. We'd like to see it at 45 and stay at 45.
I'd like to know why it went to 35.
Okay, we'll talk about it, Highway.
Okay.
Bonnie Wilson.
Yeah. I just want to thank the board, since this is your last night, for all your hard work, and appreciate what you've done, putting in hours above and beyond regular meetings, especially during the bird flu epidemic, and wish you a happy retirement.
Thank you.
Thank you. Rob Martins?
I was just gonna say the same thing that Bonnie did, so thanks for your service to the town.
Mary Beth Schmidt?
I also, want to say the same thing. I really appreciate you guys, the work you've done. Much of it, being in these meetings have been very stressful. You've tried to hold your composure as much as possible. And so I really appreciate you guys doing your job, what you were elected to do. Thank you.
Chris Wilson?
Yeah, I was here to talk about the speed limit on Little Prairie Road.
Okay, we'll cover that in highways. Okay. Reports, treasurer.
In the general fund, now this was before I wrote the check that we talked about earlier. We had $117,754.33 at the end of March. The tax account had $262,921.51. The LGIP general was $438.73. The LGIP fire EMS was $2.76. The airport was $51,006.24, and the LGIP airport was 55 cents. And I will file that.
Highway. Ron? Do you have anything?
On Wednesday,
Okay.
so I'll start on that.
So we're talking about highway. Saturday morning when I went around to do the damage assessment, I got a chance to look at a bunch of the stuff you guys have done for the brushing, and it is beautiful. The work you've done to take all those stumps down that were back there have to make future road work a heck of a lot easier when it comes time to plow snow. I think you probably saw that already when we got our late snowstorms.
Thank you very much.
You guys have done a beautiful job.
The town did apply for and get a bunch of money to help the cleanup from that.
That's what we're talking about, the emergency management if you want.
Okay, we'll talk about it in emergency management. Okay. Okay, we'll talk about highways.
You did. Now we're going to talk emergency management.
No, we'll finish highway, we're on highway now.
Oh, okay.
Okay, whoever wants to talk about the speed limit, go ahead.
I'd just like to know what needs to be done to put it back to 45.
The reason we put it down there was because when the road was redone,
Yep.
there were a whole bunch of people that came to the meeting and complained about the fact that it was going to increase the speed on the road. And it definitely has. And I can tell you that I went out there one day on a different errand going across, 2 semis came along doing 60 miles an hour on that road.
I know the trucks are a problem. They are.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
are. And as
Yeah.
far as the 15-mile-an-hour limit past the park, that is a park. And so that's something that should be 15 miles an hour where the trail crosses the road there.
The school
No
zone
other,
isn't
no
even
other parks
15.
have that.
There's
What
schools
park
are
does that?
25.
Right.
There are other parks
What
that
park?
have that. Not in the town, I'm not saying in the town.
Well, in the
But
state,
what
but
park?
in the state, what,
Well, I can find them for you if you want me to go look for them, but there certainly are, and there
I'd
are.
like to know.
Okay,
Yeah, I
well,
mean,
many-
this is a rural road. It's not like
And-
you're.
You have to slam your brakes on it
It's
for a
not
half
like-
of a
Cause
block and then
accidents.
go back up again.
Okay, I'm just trying to explain to you
Sure.
why
I know,
we did what we
yeah.
did. There was all kinds of complaints about the increased speed on Little Prairie Road.
Mhm.
You know as well as I do that the truckers use their Garmins or whatever you call that thing, they come along and that's how the route gets defined. They, according to the conversation I had with the guy that seems to know what he's talking about establishing these routes for the truckers,
Mhm.
they take the fastest route.
Right.
It's not just the shortest, but the fastest.
Mhm.
So if they find out they can go faster by going Little Prairie Road into the village, that's the way the semis are gonna go. If you lower the speed limit, they also, that becomes part of the record, it takes longer, and they what happens is that they don't send the trucks that way as
So
much. So
we thought they'd go down the Highway Z to the village instead of
So
Prairie
we're,
Road.
so the
See,
whole
I haven't
idea
noticed
was
any
to,
difference on
No.
trucking.
the whole idea was to try to make it more acceptable for the people
Can't
that-
you-
from
can't you
Zion
put
Road
something on that
that
road
came
so it
in and
can't be used by
complained
trucks?
about not having it, you know, having truck traffic and
What
high
about putting a
speeds.
weight limit on that road?
Yeah, 'cause
You
that's
know,
what-
10-ton weight limit or something.
All of our roads are Class B highways, and so they all have weight limits, but we can't make it lower than the legal limit for a Class B highway. There's
Okay.
no reason to. You know, it's been redone, the
Mhm.
road's in good shape, we don't have a bridge that, you know, is below the 24-ton load limit.
I remember the last time we had a meeting, we had a ton of people in there, when we were getting the road redone, they said if you wanted, so the people that live on it probably don't want the semis off there, right? But they said if we we'd have to lower the speed limit. Well, no one wanted to lower the speed limit, but now you lowered the speed limit, why can't we have it a Class B?
Well, the
or
people,
Class
it is a
C?
Class B, it's,
But don't you have to have a sign?
all town roads are Class B highways, I don't know if you have to have a sign or
Yeah,
not.
so it's still legal for all trucks. so,
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, all we were doing was trying to satisfy the people that came and complained about the high speed on the road.
Well, now we don't want the speed limit on the road.
A year ago at this time, the comments were just the opposite.
Yes,
Slow them down, get those trucks off of Little Prairie Road, so forth. And so we embarked upon a study, talked to the county highway department and talked to the state DOT and determined what we were able to do, and we moved ahead and did that. As far as the 15-mile-an-hour speed limit, the park there, the Horseman's Park, we've got trailers coming out and going in and slowing down. We've got kids running around, and that was the reason that we dropped that to
But
15 miles an hour.
there's been no incidents.
There's never been an
That's what I'm
incident.
And you know what, I drive that all the
You want
time.
somebody to die first?
No.
And I,
Well, you're gonna with the 15.
Horseback Road, I've never seen kids running around Horseman's Park.
well, I go to Horseman's Park and I sure have, so.
Well,
Not off the road.
Inside the berm, there's a berm along the road and they
Right.
stay inside the
They're
park.
inside the
They aren't
park.
running around
Well,
up by the
and we
road
have
in the
horses
ditches.
crossing the road on the trail, and we do
We
have
have horses
trailers
crossing
going in there on the
roads
weekends, the
everywhere.
place is packed. So it's a safety issue, and I'm not real sure why it's such an inconvenience to slow down to 15 miles an hour. I don't
Well,
have any
until
trouble doing
people
it.
start getting rear-ended,
Well, yeah, and you know what, I mean, I've actually stopped over there a few times. Absolutely nobody slowed down to 15 miles an hour yet. We just drove 15 miles an hour coming in and I couldn't even, I had to keep my brake on the pickup truck the whole time because it wanted to start posting faster and faster.
And the park is only in use for what, 5 months a year?
Not even, yeah.
No, that's not true.
That's not
That's
true.
not true.
I go by it
There
all
are
the
people-
time,
there are
it's not,
people
nobody's
there in the
in
People
there.
go in there in the winter?
People there in the winter, absolutely.
Yes.
I've
But
seen
even
it.
so, it's so minimal.
Well, it's 15
Why?
miles an hour. If you don't like it, let the next board deal with it. That's what it is. The ordinance has already been established, and if you want them to repeal the ordinance, that's not something we could do tonight anyway. It's not on
Well,
the
it says
agenda
here
to
we're gonna
repeal the
consider
ordinance.
the
You
ordinance, it
didn't,
doesn't say
you
it's a done
didn't
deal.
change the ordinance yet, have you?
Right.
For the 15 mile an hour, that ordinance is on the books.
Okay.
Okay, what about the 35?
35 mile an hour, it is not. That's what we were going to
Well,
do
good,
tonight.
then let's not,
Let's discuss that then.
yep.
Well, set up to Dick and Larry. I mean, we've had other people ask the same thing.
Is anybody here
repeatedly.
for the 35 mile an hour speed limit?
Raise your hand.
Right. Is anybody here against the 35 mile an hour speed limit?
Okay.
Well, I guess we'll have to be here next week then,
Well,
or
our
next
neighbors
month.
wanted
You know what, I'll go and knock on doors and put flyers in and say the next meeting, let's have a
I'm
discussion.
gonna take care of it tonight.
Yeah.
But everybody I've talked to that is not here tonight, I have not talked to one person in favor of the 35 mile an hour speed limit.
Half of the people don't, probably don't use the road or don't live on it either, so.
I hear you.
Mhm.
Okay, well,
Oh, you have some emergency management, I guess. huh?
okay, emergency management.
So everybody knows we did have a tornado touchdown in the town, apparently, according to NOAA. I got notified about it. Ron got notified. They were out there, did a fantastic job at the debris cleanup. Started Friday night. I filed the paperwork on Monday to get started with it. So because it was a declared disaster, I guess you call it, we are eligible to get 70% of the cost of the debris cleanup back.
Where did it touch down?
I don't know, I can't figure it
I
out
thought
either.
maybe
It was on Little Prairie.
It was right down
It's
the
a little
road
crazy.
there.
I heard it took that roof off of
Oh,
that new house.
Yeah.
It
The
took
roof
that,
came off, the roof of the house came off, the siding.
yeah, that new house, Dad lost the roof.
Sorry to hear that.
I mean, it looked like a straight line
Not mine,
went,
but it
but
looked,
yeah.
on different roads, it went a different direction.
and
So
then the
obviously,
tree is right in the middle
Yeah.
of that.
but anyway, we had 4 or 5 roads affected, and the debris got cleaned up, and we should get 70% of the cost of that back. So I have to finish filing the invoice tomorrow morning, and then it's time to get taken care of. So, anyway, and thanks again to Ron for doing such a fantastic cleanup job, that was awesome. I'm done.
Okay. Airport, we have a, 19th is the Village Zoning Board's going to consider rezoning the airport, and so that meeting's coming up.
Rezoning, I'm sorry, rezoning.
Rezoning the airport.
From what to what?
Well, it's A1, what is it, A1?
A1 right now.
It was never got rezoned after it was an X, it'll be public and institutional. Fire department? No, nobody's here. Blue Spring Lake?
Nothing too new, we'll be raising the water level on the 15th. A lot of boats out already with this nice weather, fishermen, pontoon boats and so forth. We did have a dam inspection, we're waiting for the report on that by Collins and Associates. There will be work that will be needed to be done, but we've got a pretty healthy reserve there. We did increase the levy this year on a one-time basis in anticipation of maybe in the neighborhood of $200,000 plus in repairs to the spillway to protect the lake. There are 2 seats that are coming open on the Lake Management District Board at the annual meeting in August. And our bylaws are online, and you can determine what steps have to be taken if you want to nominate somebody or apply yourself. Otherwise, the board is also authorized to nominate candidates.
Building inspector?
I did not have any.
Correspondence?
I don't have anything.
Old business? New business, discussion, possible action to consider conditional use request by Peter Unke to allow for a kennel on an existing A3 zone property for up to 10 dogs. This site is located on North 1785 County Road H and is on parcel number 024-0516-1244-0001.
We have
So
Cara.
it's actually me who said that. That's my fiance's name, but
Okay.
we're not married yet. We've been together about 10 years, so we have 2 kids, and long story short, I have his permission to do that, but my name is Cara, not Peter.
Okay, I read it.
I reviewed all those documents as well, and I don't see any problem.
Now, would she have to get a kennel license?
Yeah,
As
you
part of
have
that?
to have a kennel
I
license. She knows
said
that.
I could take care of
Yeah.
that tonight too.
You can get, yes.
I would move to approve.
I second.
It's been moved and seconded to approve the conditional use request by Cara. What's your last name?
Michaud. It's M-I-C-H-A-U-D, Michaud.
The clerk needs it, you got it?
I got it.
She's got it, okay. Okay, so, been moved and seconded, any discussion? All in favor? Aye.
Aye.
You're in the dog business.
Thank you, sir.
Discussion possible action, consider ordinance 2023-002 ordinance lowering the speed limit on Little Prairie Road.
I'm gonna move to table.
I second it until the new board
Been
is
moved
seated.
and seconded to table it. All in favor?
Aye.
The board will take care of it.
Move to adjourn.
Been moved to adjourn and seconded. All in favor? Aye. Opposed? No. Motion carried. Thank you. See you at the annual meeting.
Can I ask a question? I had heard the rumor about, wasn't it the airport, like $180,000 going to the airport? Is that a,
Pardon?
What?
Pardon?
was I dreaming that? Somebody was telling me, I swear, is that something going
I
on?
don't understand the question.
We spent a bunch of money at the airport just recently.
The town has never spent any money at the airport.
It's $82,000 worth of
No, it didn't, it went to.
The town didn't spend that money, it was grant money. We bought emergency equipment that the town owns at store, the Bobcat store at the airport for debris
She
management.
doesn't want to do it. She doesn't want to do it.
He does. He bought it. We bought a Bobcat for debris management.
Oh.
Because the airport is the debris management site for tornado, for refuge, and the airport needs that because they're doing a drainage thing. They're gonna have a bunch of drainage basins, and they're gonna need the Bobcat to maintain those. And plus, it was ARPA funds. It was for a one-time purchase of emergency equipment, and that's what the board spent emergency funds on. That was not town taxpayer money, it was ARPA fund grant.
And then the town owns the Bobcat, the airport can use the airport, but the town can use the Bobcat, but the town
Okay.
owns it.
I was just curious if they heard that.
Sure, all right, well, thank you.
I'm sure the next board will give you your speed limit. I would have voted to not lower it.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Okay.
Yep, thanks. Yep.
All right, so I need you to sign. Where's Ron?
Ron,
Did you get my bottom piece?
I tore him off.